Okay, welcome to the Beaver County Softball Network. My name's Bill Littler, and I'm here at Independence Township. It's a township of Hopewell, in the Hopewell School District, anyway. And we are going to watch a 10U play-in game to the championship bracket, and it's between one of the 10U Beaver teams and one of the Hopewell 10U teams. And I need to update their name here. I had the wrong team name in here in the scoreboard. And I'm going to show you the brackets here in a second. All right, we have the umpire here. He's doing the ground rules at the moment. This is the championship bracket for 10U, and we're in the far left column. We have Beaver White is visiting Hopewell Navy. These are the two with the 16th and 17th seed, and they play to have a first round matchup against the number one seed, who is Blackhawk Black. So that's what we're doing today. This is 10U in the Beaver County Fast Pitch League. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Subscribing to the network is free, and it helps me out, helps me grow. Also need you to watch as many of these games as you can. And the reason why is I need to get so many watch hours before I can monetize the network and help keep us free. I don't want to charge anyone to do these games. But there is a cost behind it, and I'm going to use social media to cover all those costs. So it looks like we're going to get started here in a minute. It is extremely hot out today, and us northerners aren't used to this kind of heat. This is like Virginia heat right now. So hopefully my equipment doesn't fail. I know these cameras don't like heat very much, so we'll see how things go. I have a new camera behind the backstop, and this guy here has never been tested in the heat, so we'll see how it does. For those of you who are techies out there, this is a Vance Go camera. I do like it so far, but like I said, I haven't really tested it in the heat yet, so we are going to see how it does. So we have the Hopewell team, Hopewell Navy. They're taking the field, and they're going to throw a couple warm-up pitches, and we're going to get started. Again, thanks for joining. If you haven't subscribed, please do. The other thing is Facebook, and I'll show you how we're doing as far as what we're earning on these accounts. But it's pretty cool to use social media to pay for these. I don't take sponsorships. I did at first, but I decided not to. And one of the reasons why is, all these young teams, they need the money from these different small businesses, and I know they only have so much money to go with. So if I'm in there taking money from sponsorships, I feel like I'm taking money out of the youth programs, which they need the money a lot more than me. So. And I'm doing other things too to help raise money for the network. And of course, everyone who's watching can help out in those different areas. And I'll show you throughout the game what that all is. So it looks like we're going to get started here. I do have a mic behind home plate, but it's not working for me. I had it working at home, but of course, when I came here, it's not working anymore. So we'll have to work on that another day. All right, so we're going to get started here. So the first pitch, it's going to be a ball. This is player pitch, but there are no walks. So once a player gets 4 balls, There's a hit up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. That's a real nice hit. Nice contact there. Right up the middle. Catcher almost made a play on it, but yeah, on ball 4, the coach will come in and finish the strike count. There's a swing and a miss. Now the other thing, there are no base runners can't steal second when there's less than 2 outs. And that's just because of these catchers at this age. It's kind of tough at the rec level to throw girls out, so kind of force them to stay on first to have that force out at second, so the girls can learn how to get that lead runner. Was a little high on that one. I think it's 3-0. No, it's 2-2. I wasn't paying attention, obviously. Ball 4. So here comes the coach. Oh, it's full count. That's ball 4. All right, so the coach comes in, and there's 2 strikes on the batter. So you have 4 pitches or 1 strike, and the batter can't get out on a foul ball, just like any other count. That was a nice attempt by first base there. But it is a foul. So that's 1 pitch. Still got 2 strikes. There's a swing and a miss. That'll be strike 3. So that will be the first out. Still have a runner on first base. And here comes Beaver's number 3 batter. There's a strike. This pitcher, she throws pretty good. There's another strike. Strike 3. It's a nice at bat there for that pitcher. 3 solid strikes. All right, so now there's 2 outs. Still have a runner on first, and that base runner can run now on a steal. And she's going to go. And definitely hard to throw girls out stealing bases at this level. So we have 2 outs, runner on second base for Beaver. There's a foul ball. This is the top of the first, so if you just joined us, you didn't miss much. Leadoff hitter hit a ball up the middle for a single. And that's going to get through for a hit, and it's going to get past the outfielder, roll all the way to the fence. And she's going to get an RBI double out of that. It's a nice hit. In that gap, gets past the outfielder. It's an easy run there. So we still have a runner on second base. And that's going to score a run. So we have a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. Still have 2 strikes. Now, runners can steal third base regardless of how many outs, just because that's an easier throw at third than it is at second. There is no stealing home unless the defender makes a play at the runner on third. Then they can run if they want. And she's going to advance to third there on a pass ball. So you have a runner on third base. 2 outs. There's a strike. Slow. So I'm not sure what the count is. Here comes the coach. So that would have been ball 4. So let's see what we. There's a hard hit. It's going to be the third, and she's not going to have a play. Camera froze. All right. So that was an RBI single. And it gives 2 runs for Beaver. The runners can advance. We have 2 outs, so they can steal second. And she did. One ball's the count. That is a strike. She's going to try to steal third. And no one's covered. There's a strike called. One ball, 2 strikes. We have 2 outs here. Top of the first inning. And that's a swing and a miss. That will end the inning. So we had a couple hits, a couple runs, and we will be back with the bottom half of the first. Thanks for watching. All right, this broadcast is powered by Starlink. I know that the field that we're on right now, this field has a really tough time with cell signals unless you have, I believe, T-Mobile. T-Mobile was the only cell carrier that could stream out here. And I always had a Verizon hotspot, so I very rarely could do live streams out here unless I had a T-Mobile Wi-Fi connection. So what's nice about Starlink is you can pretty much be anywhere and have a cell signal. And every field that I've been to so far with this Starlink, I haven't had any problems whatsoever with a network connection. So it's well worth the investment. All right, so this is the bottom of the first, and let me reset the scoreboard. First pitch is going to be a called strike. So this is the bottom of the first. Beaver scored 2 in the top of the inning. There's a foul. Got 2 strikes in the batter. It is hot out here. It's like in the 90s. It feels like it's in the 90s. I actually don't know how hot it is, but I know it's warm. It's 91. Extreme heat warning. And we're out here doing this. Ball called. So we got 2-2 count. Nobody on, nobody out. That is going to fill the count at 3-2. Swing and a miss. That'll be a strikeout. Real nice pitch. Good location. Miss low. That could have been a strike. I know it's kind of hard when your catcher isn't catching those, but that was a nice pitch. That was high. Oops, I hit that accidentally. We are sponsored by a strike to me. All right, here comes the coach. I don't know how many strikes there are. I wasn't watching. There's a hit back to the pitcher, and she's going to make the play at first and get the out. So, nice play. There's a called strike. Yeah, it's tough when the catcher isn't making strong catches of those pitches. It makes it hard for the umpire to catch it if it's a ball or strike. There's a swing and a miss. I was just talking about how great this Starlink is. It dropped a couple packets, network packets. But I'm still a fan. If you do live streaming like this, you need a Starlink. It's a nice pitch there. In the river, out of the strike zone. Someone, if they swing at it, they're not going to get a good piece of the bat on it. That was high. And here comes the coach. So again, if you join late, this is 10U rec ball, so there are no walks. So with ball 4, the coach will come in and finish the strike count. That's ball hit over the second baseman's head, and that'll be a nice hit. All right, so we have one out, I believe. I didn't have it on the scoreboard, but there is one out. Runner on first. Now also at this level, you are not able to steal second unless there's less or 2 outs. If there's 2 outs, you can. If there's less than 2 outs, you are not able to. So they did steal second there, so there are 2 outs. And I only have 1 out. So there's 2 outs. Runner on second base. That's a strike. That's a nice pitch. Swing and a miss. That'll be strike 3 and the 3rd out. So after 1, we have Beaver up 2-0. We'll be right back. All right, so our only sponsor is BCSN Investors, and what this is it's something that I started, and I have an eBay store that sells baseball cards, baseball, football, sport cards, and I also have an Etsy shop that I make awards, and we're also starting to make softball cards. So again, we'll see more of that here in a minute, and then we have a merch line. But yeah, all that, if you buy anything there, that all goes into the network and helps us pay for the cost of it. And here we go, top of the 2nd. Now, one thing you'll notice is there's some strategy with the pitching rules in this 10U level. So you have to pitch 2 different pitchers in the first 4 innings. So each pitcher will need to throw 2 innings each. And there's some strategy behind it. Sometimes you'll see coaches use their best pitcher in the first inning and then bring in their next best pitcher in the 2nd inning. Sometimes you'll have one pitcher throw the first 2, then the next pitcher throw the second 2. Kind of all depends on what the coach is feeling, I guess. There's a called strike. Another called strike. And again, this is Rec 10U. So this is not a travel organization, travel league. So you have a lot of different levels of players. You have some travel ball players. You have some girls that just play to have fun. So, you need to implement some rules that can help all different levels of play. And this girl that's in the box now batting, you can tell that she's a more experienced player. She just looks comfortable in there. That ball's going to be a tough play, and she'll be safe. And she ran to second, and I missed it. So they must not have had control of the ball. And she took second base. She's going to go to third on a pass ball.
Ava, help her out. Back up and throw.
So just like that, you got a base runner on third base, and Beaver is threatening to score again.
Ava. Anytime there's a steal, you're backing up that throw, okay?
It's a swing and a miss. Missed outside. Not sure what the count is. Missed high. Okay, we got a full count. The sun in this field is brutal. It's always in your face on this side of the field. So we got 2 strikes, and here comes the coach on ball 4. So we have a strike, or I believe it's 4 pitches. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's 4 pitches. But typically when you only have 1 strike, you usually don't get there. Now the umpire can call 3rd strike. They can do that if they feel it's necessary. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Typically the girls are in that box. They're swinging against their coach. You don't see many girls take many pitches from their coach. Missed inside. This pitcher's pretty good too. Seen 3 different pitchers so far this game, and all 3 are pretty decent for the rec level. There's a called strike. It's one thing I'm surprised at in this area where you don't see many varsity coaches working with the youth teams. I know if I was a varsity coach, I would be asking each of the levels to teach whatever I want them to teach at the different level and as they progress through the system. That's called strike 3. But I don't think many coaches do that in this area. Nice pitch. That one missed low. There's a foul ball out of play. There's cars parked over there to the behind first base. I don't think it hit anything though. Missed low. There's a swing and a miss. It's a hard hit. It's going to be foul. Nice contact. So Beavers up 2-0 here in the top of the second inning. And I do believe there's 2 outs. Runner on third. That was the leadoff runner too on third here. So Hopewell's doing a pretty good job keeping her at home or away from home. Missed high.
Stay aggressive in there. Stay aggressive.
Foul ball. Missed outside, so here comes the coach. I do believe there's 2 strikes. So again, coach comes in to finish the strike count with a max of 4 pitches. That's going to be a foul. And you can't, just like a normal at bat, you can't finish your at bat with a foul ball. It's funny sometimes when the coaches get down to their last pitch, you'll see someone make a bad throw or something, and I'm sure the coach would just feel terrible. That's strike 3. And that's going to end the inning, or end the top of the second anyway. So Beavers still up 2-0. Good job by Hopo to get out of that. And we'll be back with the bottom half of the second. Thanks for watching. All right, here's an example of how social media is paying for this network. So we are monetized on Facebook. So as our followers interact with our posts, whether we post pictures or whatever it is, I'm starting to do more reels. The more interaction you get, the more Facebook pays you. And in 2024, we made $46.37. So, which isn't bad considering it's free money. And of course, we grew a lot, so we probably added maybe 200 followers since last year. So all this will start doing better, making more money, bringing more income into the network. Future goals, I'd like to have a scholarship program that comes out of the revenue that comes in from the network. Of course, we got to grow a little bit bigger for that to happen. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And make sure you watch as much as you can. The more watch hours, the better off we'll be. We'll get to the monetization for YouTube, so that'll be another revenue channel coming in. So this is the bottom of second inning. So swing and a miss. Beavers up 2-0. These games are timed. I'm not sure exactly what the time limit is. I think it's an hour 40 minutes. We're about 30 minutes into this game, so we still have plenty of time. It's a foul ball. Called strike. And that'll be a strikeout. It's a nice pitch. First pitch is a ball. I missed it on the replay. That happens sometimes. Then they'll rip off a nice hit and I miss it completely. Missed high. I am only a one-man crew. So if something happens with a camera or something else goes wrong, I have to take the time to figure how to fix it. Missed inside. So we got 3 balls and no strikes on the batter. That'll be ball 4. So there's no strikes on this batter. So this should be a good opportunity for the batter to see a good pitch from her coach. These coaches, sometimes they slow it down. Like they wanted girls to have a good pitch to hit, but they take something off of it, and it's actually harder for these girls to hit that. Swing and a miss. Like this girl here can handle something faster than that. What he's given her. Got to zip it in there. That's going to be a foul ball. So this is the last pitch. So unless she fouls it off, there is strike 3. So I do believe that's 2 outs now. Miss Lowe. A lot of times your coach pitching is one of the most important elements of this game at this level. There's a called strike. The only bad thing about having these rules is sometimes the girls wait for a walk so they can hit their coach. You do see that sometimes. So you got girls that aren't as aggressive at the plate whenever girls are pitching because they want to see their coach to hit. There's a called strike. Corner. Swing and a miss. That will be strike 3 and end the second inning. So after 2, we still have Beaver up 2-0. We'll be right back. That'll tie the game up.
My most effective pitch was most definitely my curveball. I could work it in and out, like even on the right-handed batter, I could throw it inside as like a backdoor curveball. And most of the time when I threw that, a lot of kids just kind of like stood off the plate more, and then I'd throw it outside.
My confidence and presence in the box, and like I feel like it helps teammates be confident in themselves and believe in themselves the way that I believe in myself.
There was a group like that last year, and I started training them on the side, like, taking them to go hit, taking them to go field, catching, and they started to love it, started to look up to other girls on the team, and, it kind of just built up the team.
So what I think this network does do is we're starting to make our own softball cards. And the first series that we're doing is of some of the top players that came out of our area recently and who have been featured on this network. And you can buy their trading card. And what's cool is they signed a name, image, and likeness agreement with the network. So each card of theirs that they sell, they will receive monetary. They'll receive some money for it. So we can buy them a couple cups of Starbucks. That's a good thing. Batter shows bunt. and pulls back, so that'll be ball one. This is the top of the third. I didn't fix our scoreboard. But yeah, if you're interested in trading cards, and I can make trading cards for anybody. I'd like them, like, if you go to these big tournaments and they have trading pins, I think trading cards would be more fun. You know, the pins are cool, but having your own trading card, going there, trading cards with other girls, it would be a lot of fun, I think. Another bunt offer. So that'll be 2 strikes on her, I believe. That was real close. Again, if your catcher's able to make those catches and show the umpire where that ball's at, you could potentially get that strikeout. Missed outside. But again, this is rec league, and these catchers are just as new as some of these pitchers, so catching is definitely not easy and requires a lot of training. Miss low. That ball was in play, and a nice catch by shortstop. That'll definitely make the highlight reel. Routine fly ball, but this is 10U rec ball, so you never know what's routine. Nice play. There's a strike. So Beaver is up 2-0 here in the top of the third inning. This is a play-in game for the championship bracket here for the BCFPL League. Our bracket games will start tomorrow. There's a foul ball. Good contact. I am hoping to come out here again, I believe tomorrow, for the 12U game. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. And that'll be the first round of the 12U bracket. I think it's the 8-9 game. So the 8th seed and the 9th seed will be playing each other. That's always a good game. That's why I thought this game would be good, because you have 2 teams that are pretty close to the same talent level. Missed on that one. That ball must have slipped. This is probably challenging the pitch in this heat. Your hand gets sweaty, and their hands are smaller to begin with at this age, so that ball, although the ball is 10 inches, or is 11 inches. Yeah, it's 11 inches. It's still bigger for their hands. Good contact there. It's going to be foul ball. Starting to cool off a little bit, which is nice. It was brutal when I first got here. That ball's out, a little bit out of the strike zone. That's another thing we didn't see yet, is there are a max of 5 runs an inning, but we haven't got close to that this game. There's a called strike 3. And that'll be 3 outs. So let this replay here take us into the bottom half of the third. Beavers still up 2-0. We'll be right back. So Beaver County just opened up their own chapter of umpires. It's called the Association of Beaver County Umpires. They'll be serving this league as well as any local tournaments and other games around the area. So this is the first time that we've had a Beaver County chapter in quite some time. So it's pretty exciting if you're interested in umpiring for Beaver County fast pitch. You can reach out to me. You can email me at bill.littler@bcsoftballnetwork.com, and I will get you in touch with those who are running it. So it's pretty exciting. For years we've had troubles with umpires. We have a lot of umpires coming in from different counties, neighboring counties. So it was challenging. So having a local chapter is definitely going to help the network out. I'm sorry, not the network, but the league out. All right, so we have Hopewell would like to get on the board here, so let's see what they can do. This is the bottom of the third inning. Not sure of the lineups. I don't really call the names of the youth players here. Sometimes I'll do the first names, but I really don't go out of my way to get the lineups. A lot of parents don't want their kids' names on open like this, so for the privacy of the families and the kids, I kind of don't talk about names very much. So we got a 3-0 count. That's a strike. And here comes the coach. So that was ball 4. I think there's 1 strike. So let's see what happens. Hopewell needs a base runner. It's a nice hit to second, and she catches it and makes the play at first. Nice play. I don't think Hopewell has put many balls in play this game. Nice play by second. First pitch is a called strike. It does give us 1 out in the bottom half of the third here. And if you are watching, if you want to throw something in the chat, comments, suggestions, I'm constantly looking for ways to improve. Missed outside. Missed high. Missed outside on that one. I do have a boom mic behind home plate, but it's not working for me. I got to figure that out. That one missed inside, so that'll be ball 4. Here comes the coach. I don't think this batter has any strikes. See, the coach has a cool rag on him. It is hot out here. Yeah, this coach throws an arc. Got to flatten it out. Bubble. Put a little bit more zip on it. Challenge these girls. Ball's in play, and it's going to be a tough play by first, and she's going to make it. It's a tough play for girls at first and second on this age, but it was a good hustle play by first to get back here. All right, so that's 2 outs. Missed outside. That one's really outside. Yeah, pitching's tough when you first start. And if you don't practice it enough, you're not forming good habits. And it makes it challenging for consistency. All right, so ball 4, and here comes the coach. Back up to the pitcher. I think by rule they should let that girl bat again, because that was a hit. They walked off the field though, so they're not going to question it. But I think in the rules, if a ball interferes with a pitcher, the coach pitcher, they can kill the ball and redo the pitch. But that should have been a hit. That was a nice hit by that girl. All right. So I'll be back after 3. Beavers still up 2-0. All right, so one of the things that we do to raise money for the network is sell collectible cards. So I have an eBay store. It's called ebay.bcsoftballnetwork.com. And I just sell cards there. So I have my collection that I go through. I have consignment, and also I buy cards to flip. So if you are a card collector, go check it out and see if there's something you like. And if you have cards that you no longer want, I'm definitely interested in possibly be buying them from you and selling them for a profit. I just started doing that last fall, and so far it's pretty successful. eBay store. It's one of those things where you got to grow it gradually. You just can't dive into it. So it's definitely a work in progress, but all right, so this is top of the 4th inning. Beaver still leading 2-0. Miss Lowe. And here comes the coach. We are pushing an hour, so there's a good chance that this game is going to get completed. We have plenty of time to finish it. Miss Lowe, the coach. I always say this, that coach pitch is it's tough on the coaches. A lot of pressure on them. Swing and a miss. Especially when you get in there, there's 2 strikes under a tough situation. Ball's in play. Second, it's going to get past her. And Beaver has another base runner. So there's nobody out, and the leadoff runner is on first base. So called strike. The sun is getting lower, so you're starting to see a little bit of a glare on the cameras. It's rough for the right side of the field. So your first baseman, second baseman, right fielder, they're all going to be struggling in the sun. There's a called strike. Someone just asked if I can say the batter numbers. It's probably a good idea. The problem with that, though, is sometimes I can't see it very well myself. So this is number 40 batting for Beaver. Miss Lowe. I guess that was inside. I don't know, that pitch looked good to me too. All right, so here comes the coach. Runner is on first. Back up the middle, and that's going to get... That was a nice try. I'm going to do a replay on that. Kind of didn't flip over. I think shortstop made a nice play, but she couldn't get to that bag. Nice hustle by the base runner to make a slide in there. It's a really good job. So we got first and second now. And she's going to run to third. And she's going to be safe. Now again, the runner on first cannot steal second, even on a pass ball when there's less than 2 outs. So she had to stay on first, but the girl on second can advance to third. There's a called strike. And again, the reason why that rule is in place is to encourage the force out, the lead runner, force out, at second. And if you have 20 10U catchers, especially at the rec level, you might only have one that can make that throw consistently. Not to mention you need someone on the other end to make the play. It's just tough to do at this level. So when a runner gets on first, if there's no rules like that in place, then they're going to easily get the third in 2 pitches. There's a ball play. And that gets past first and second, and they're going to score one. It's a nice hit. It's actually, I'm not sure she meant to do this, but that's actually where you want to hit that ball. When you have runners on second or third base, you want to hit to the right side to score that run. All right, so we have first and third still, but we scored another run here, so let me get that on the board. So we have 3-0 in favor of Beaver. Runners on first and third, and we have 1 out. As you can see, I can't see this girl's number. It's 2-something. Miss Lowe. And here comes the coach. And this girl has not moved from this position in the batter's box. That is through the 5-6 hole, and that's going to score a run, and that ball's rolling to the fence. And again, the runners can only run to second base on a hit like that because the coach is pitching. So they did score 2 runs though. Miss Lowe, and she's going to advance to third, and she'll be safe. So Beaver is starting to pull away on this game. They got a 5-0 lead here in the top of the 4th inning. Miss Lowe, this is number 9 batting for Beaver. That's a hit. It's going to be foul. That was good contact there. That was probably the hardest hit all game. Good contact. There's a strike. 2 strikes on the batter. Miss Lowe. Here comes the coach. Swing and a miss. So that'll be 2 outs. Now strategically, Hopewell does not want this runner on third to score. And one of the reasons why is because they have that max of 5 runs per inning. So you really don't want to fall behind more than 5 runs. Makes it really tough to catch up. this low. It's a foul ball out of play. I did offer a suggestion to the league. Whenever a lot of coaches were complaining about not having unlimited runs in that last inning, which I think is hard to do. But what you can do is if the home team has a lead more than 5 runs, then give the away team or the home team an opportunity to bat first, and then that way they can only tie the game. And yeah, that's the end of the top of the 4th here. So Beaver blew this one open here. We got a 5-0 lead going into the bottom half of the 4th. So we'll be back here after a short break. All right, so my Etsy store, of course, I'm making the cards, which that can be for everybody. I also have that Legends series that a lot of the money goes to the players themselves. But I can also make cards for anybody, for your team or for individuals. I also make bag tags for players, and I also make awards. So if you have like championship plaques, recognition plaques, anything like that, I can make those for you. They're really nice. They have a metal sheet that we digitally print, and then we mount it on a solid black wood plaque. So they look really nice. All right, so this is the bottom half of the 4th inning. Blackhawk is up 5-0. So Hopewell needs to score some runs here. And here comes the first batter. And she is choked way up on that bat. Whoops. Again, this heat, sweating. That ball's going to slip out of these girls' hands sometimes. I don't think it's avoidable. I like this swag, this batter. I think it's number 5? 15, number 15. There's a strike. I just like her swag. You can tell she's going to be a ball player when she grows up a little bit. Missed outside. She didn't catch my eye first at bat. I wonder how she did. Let's see how she does here. Ball's in play. That's going to be tough. She's going to be safe. Yeah, you can just see this girl's going to be a ball player. She's comfortable in there. She's confident. Aggressive. Those are all the ingredients for a solid softball player. So we have a runner on first base. And that hit the batter. So she's going to be awarded first. So Hopewell has runners on first and second. And this is the biggest threat Hopewell had all game. So I'm sure they want to score some runs here. And the runner on second is going to go to third, and she'll be safe. So we have first and third with nobody out. Sure, at this point with a 5-run lead, Beaver just wants to make outs here. They'll give up a run for an out. So we got 3 balls and 1 strike. And that's going to be ball 4. Here comes the coach. And this is another girl who looks like she can swing and hit the ball. So here we go. That's going to score a run. It's a good hit. First run for Hopewell. So we have runners on first and second with nobody out. And that's a pass ball, so that's going to advance the runner from second to third. And again, the runner on first is unable to go due to league rules. So we have runners on first and third, and I don't think there's any outs. Another batter here looks comfortable in the box. Time is called, and it looks like the coach is going to come out here and give his pitcher a rest. Maybe give her some advice. So if you are watching and you're not subscribed to Network, please do. A lot of you are not subscribed watching, and if you subscribe to the network, it helps us grow, and that's what we're doing. We're growing and getting bigger and giving back to these girls as much as we can. So if you aren't subscribed yet, please do. All right, here we go. Missed high. So we have first and third here. I don't know how many strikes there are. But Hopewell definitely wants to score a run here. At least one. There's a swing and a miss. It's a hit. That's going to be over shortstop, and that's going to get past the outfielder. Roll all the way to the fence. It's going to score 1, and it should score 2. That's a nice hit. And Hopewell is back in this game. The runner's going to advance to third on a pass ball. So Hopewell is in position to score another run here. Nobody out. Runner on third base. All you want to do is put something on the ground here. Put it in play somewhere. Score that run. That's going to be a strike. You don't have to do nothing crazy here. Just put something on the ground. Missed inside. So we got 3 balls and 1 strike. That is going to be ball 4. So here comes the coach. Swing and a miss. That's 2 strikes on the batter, number 21, for Hopewell. There's a foul ball. Yeah, Hopewell finally come alive here in this inning. Scored 3 and pulled back into this game. There's a swing and a miss. That'll be strike 3 and the first out. So here's number 12 for Hopewell. Got 1 out, runner on third base still. You definitely want to score this run. You do not want a strander out there. First pitch is a ball. It's cooled off so much. Ooh, I hit the batter. She will go to first. Do a replay on that. She tried to get out of the way, but it hit her in the foot. Hit her on the back foot. So that puts runners on the corners for Hopewell. That is a strike. I think this is the top of the order. I could be wrong, but I remember seeing this girl's helmet before. So there's 1 out, so that runner on first can't advance on pass balls or stolen bases. Missed high. Missed low. Got 3 balls and a strike here. That is way outside and will be ball 4. Here comes the coach. Got 1 strike. Runner on third base. Tying run on first base. Let's see what happens here. First pitch was not what she wanted. That one was low. It's 2 pitches. We got 2 more to go, coach. A lot of pressure on these coaches. Give their players something to hit. That's a hit up the middle. Knocked down by second, and short makes the out at second. It's a real nice play. Second baseman knocked it down. Short grabbed it. Tagged second for the force out. It does score a run. What is going on? Why'd they give her third? Is it out of play? Bet you the ball went out of play. So we have a tying run on third base and 2 outs. I heard the coaches screaming at the player to run, but I just assumed the ball was dead. But they must have been throwing the ball around and an overthrow and went out of play. Gives that base runner third base. I'm assuming that's what happened. When the ball gets out of play, when the ball is thrown out of play, the base runner gets awarded 2 bases on top of the base that they had when the ball was thrown. So if the runner already had first and they threw 2 first and it rolled out of play, then she got second and third on the throw. Missed high. So this is 2 outs, runner on third base, tying run on third base. You can see the field is starting to get shaded. It's like when that shade came and hit us, it feels like it went down 10 degrees. That's a hard hit up the middle. And nice play to get the out. Run does not score. Nice hit, but nice play by Short. Makes the play and throws the first to get the out. Nice job. All right, so after 4, we have a game here. Beavers up 5-4. We'll be right back. All right, so my friends over at Hopewell Sports Nation, we kind of try to support each other. So I know Hopewell Sports Nation is a big thing for Hopewell, Hopewell Sports, no matter what age. So they do a lot with articles and things. So check them out if you don't know who they are. All right, so the sun is setting. So it's going to give us some relief, both with glare and with temperature. It's hot, but it's better now. It's not that hot now. I don't know how I have top of the first. There, better. Ooh. That was high and inside. Batter almost swung, trying to avoid it. More or less self-defense on that. Batter looks like she has a nice swing. A strike. Called strike 3. Nice pitch. The scoreboard, it was right on my side, but it didn't look right on your side. So I fixed it. Technical glitches. So there's 1 out on Beaver here. So pop up, top of the 5th. We are getting a little close on time. We have about maybe 8 minutes or so left in the game. And they will finish the inning, so most likely this is probably going to be the last inning, I would think, based on time, but you never know. There's a foul ball. Hit a car. Nice low, nice scoop by the catcher. That's a hard hit. That's going to get past the second baseman, past the outfielder. And she can run as far as she wants, being that she hit that off of the pitcher. And I captured the replay just because I wanted to save that clip. So we have a triple for Beaver. That was a nice hit. Best hit of the game. One out. I'm sure Beaver would like to score this run here. Going into the last inning, bottom half of the last inning, you always want that insurance run. There's a called strike. It was a little bit inside. That is a strike. So we got a full count. It's outside. So that'll be ball 4. Comes the coach. So there is a run on third. Anything on the ground is going to score that run. So she needs to put something on the ground here. And that's an important run there for Beaver. This is those high pressure situations that the coaches have to figure out for themselves. Hard hit, that's going to fall, and that's going to score a run. Nice hit, RBI single. All right, so we have Beavers up 6-4. That's going to be an important run here. Miss low. And like I said, I think these games are an hour and 40 minutes. And we're at 1:31, and I started this probably 5 minutes before the game started. Wait, looks like they just called the game. So time is up, and they're going to finish this inning. I believe that's what the coach or the umpire just told each of the coaches. Time is up, so we finish this inning. So that run that was just scored there for Beaver is going to be important going into the last inning. Last half of the inning. Called strike. There's a swing and a miss. Is that 3? That's 3 outs. That was a big swing. All right, so now there's 2 outs. Runner on first base, and this runner can go now. And she's going to steal second on a pass ball. Again, there's a rule. Anything less than 2 outs, you cannot steal second base. 2 outs, you can steal it. And she's going to also steal third here. So now she's in scoring position. With 2 outs. And let's see if this batter can score her. Miss Lowe. I think the coach is coming in. So now with 2 outs, you want someone to make a play here for Hopewell. And you want this girl to get on first for Beaver. Miss Lowe. That's a hard hit. Nice play by the pitcher. Nice play to finish and get out of that inning. Nice job. All right. So we have the bottom of the 5th, and Hopewell is down by 2, so they need to score 2 to at least tie this game. And we'll be back to see what happens. Thanks for watching. In the next day or 2, maybe 3, I'll try to get all the instant replays up on this game. It's just like it's a short way to watch the game. You can watch the full game with all the instant replays, and you get a good feeling of the game, and it's a quick and easy way to watch it. So keep an eye out for that. If you subscribe to us and do the notifications, that's a fair ball. And it should be safe. That was right down the line. Yeah, if you hit our notifications, you'll get notified of anytime I go live or anything I post. That's a nice play by the third baseman, too. That is not an easy play at this level. So we have first runner on first here for Hopewell. No outs. Called strike. So that run last inning that Beaver score is going to be important here. Tying run is at the plate. That's a lot different than the tying run on first base. So that run's going to end up being a pretty important run here. Missed inside. Missed outside. And here comes the coach. There's a ball in play. Pitcher's going to make the play, get the out at first. It's a nice play. It is the first out, and we have a runner on second base. Now again, right now, that runner on second really doesn't mean anything. So again, that tells you how important that run was. That run that Beaver scored last inning, or the top half of this inning, how important it is. So we have a runner on. Just swinging a miss. Runner on third base. One out. Tying run is at the plate. Missed high. There's a called strike. Got to even count at 2. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. That'll be the second out. Now all the pressure is put on this next batter. So we have the tying run at the plate. She needs to get on here, see what happens. Missed high. This pitcher has a little bit of zip to her throw. That's a nice pitch. Batter's got to dig in and swing at that one. That one's high. So we got a 3-1 count on the batter. Swing and a miss. Full count. Both down to their last strike. Miss low. Here comes the coach. Staying alive. This is where the pressure is really on the coach. There's a ball play. And that's going to be tough out. And pulls off the defender. That was actually another nice play by a third baseman. So now it gets a little interesting here. So the tying run is now on first base. 2 outs. And again, look how important that run was that Beaver scored. Now there's 2 outs, so this base runner is going to get to third here pretty easily. So she's going to be on. She stole second on the first pitch, and now she's on third. So the tying run is now on third base. So now all the focus is on this batter. Can she put a ball in play? Swing and a miss. Something on the third base side. Is it called strike? 2 strikes on the batter. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That will end the game. So, congratulations to Beaver for moving on with winning this game here, 6-5. I can show you the brackets real quick if you're still watching. So the Hopewell Beaver game on the left is the play-in game. So now they will play Blackhawk in the first round, which is tomorrow. So that's going to be a tough game for them, but moving on and advancing is good for them. So thanks for watching. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. And we will catch you next time.